right, so you think moving to Dallas means buying a house in the suburbs, right? Same brick, same driveway, same welcome to Texas energy. Yeah, that is what most people think when they think about moving to Texas. But here's the reality. The Dallas Metro added over 150,000 new residents last year alone, and they're all not living the same type of lifestyle. Some are 5 minutes from downtown, sipping wine on a rooftop with skyline views. Some are walking to dinner in Uptown and haven't touched a lawnmower in years. And some of these people, they're on nearly an acre in Heath, living next door to Shaq. Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal. Same metroplex, 3 completely different identities. And if you're relocating here, guys, this is the part that nobody explains. You're not choosing a house, you're choosing who you're about to become. Today, I'm showing you 3 homes near Dallas that could not be more different. And by the end of this video, guys, one of them is going to feel like home. And the other 2, you're probably gonna hate. So first up, I'm gonna tell you where most people get this completely wrong, and that's gonna be starting with the house, or the price, or some neighborhood name they heard once and just ran with it like it's a gospel, right? And on paper, it all looks good, but it doesn't tell you what your morning routine looks like. It doesn't tell you if you're actually gonna love it 6 months in or quietly regret it, because you're not just buying square footage, right? You're choosing a lifestyle. So look, instead of over-explaining this with charts and stats and all the other jazz that you see these other realtors trying to give you, I'm just gonna show you guys 3 homes, 3 completely different vibes. And when you see them back to back to back like this, guys, it's gonna become real obvious which one feels like you and which one absolutely does not. All right, so let's start with the one that makes you feel like you figured something out before everybody else did. This is West Dallas, guys, over here on Carmelita Street, 5 minutes from downtown. I want you to erase the word suburb from your head for a second. I want you to think skyline from your rooftop, your own front door, and the city right there when you want it. All right, so I want you to picture this. It's 7:18. You just wrapped up your work. You're not fighting downtown traffic because you're literally right around the corner from it. You head upstairs, you step onto your rooftop, and the Dallas skyline is right there in front of you. You're in the orbit of downtown, but not buried underneath it. Now, here's what makes this lifestyle really, really real, right? Dinner isn't a production, guys. You're 5 minutes from Trinity Groves. You've got spots like Winston Prime for steak night, Beto and Son when you wanted elevated Mexican cuisine, or you can go to Pesca if you're doing seafood boils for your friends. And if you just want something that's easy and good, Milagro Cantina hits every single time. You're not having to go into the city, you're already there. And if you feel like you had too many calories, then you can probably walk it off across the street at the Ronald Kirk Bridge, guys. You get the skyline views, all the beautiful night air, and that bridge alone just makes the area feel different. It connects you straight into the downtown without feeling like you actually live in it. But what if you're more of a casual hangout type of person, right? The art park is right there as well. You get the murals, you get the open air, the drinks, the music. It's one of those spots that you'll say, yeah, I'm only gonna stay for like 30 minutes and end up spending 3 hours. And that's gonna be the rhythm over here. West Dallas hasn't been filtered for Instagram quite yet, right? You're gonna watch this neighborhood evolve in real time. New restaurants are gonna be popping up, older buildings are still holding on to the ground. The energy is shifting block by block over in this area, guys. So if your comfort zone is gonna be more uniform and quiet, you might hate this area. But if you like being slightly early, if you like areas that are evolving, if you like the idea of looking back in 5 years and saying, yeah, we caught that wave, this is gonna be the spot you might wanna check out. And here's what a random week can feel like over here. Quick downtown dinners, you're catching Mavericks games at the AAC Center, and then you'll be home in just a matter of minutes. You're gonna be meeting friends for cocktails in the Design District or even heading to the Parliament for a late night drink. You're gonna spend your weekend mornings grabbing coffee, then biking to the Trinity River Trails. Look, it's not glossy, guys, it's real, and that's the flex over here. This is for the ones who don't want the world to feel so slow. This is for the people who wanna tap into the city, then tap out when they feel like it. And that's a very specific type of living, guys. And if this right here feels like your lane, city proximity, rooftop energy, being close without being buried in it, that's exactly the kind of conversation me and my team have with clients every single day. Look, if this is your first time to the channel, I'm Mark with the Dallas Relocation Guide, and we help people buy, sell, and relocate right here to the Dallas Metroplex. Look, nobody's out here boots on the ground, give you the insights, intel, and giving you these crispy visuals so you can know what it's like to move here for yourself, right? So if you're thinking about making a move, guys, feel free to reach out. All of our contact info is down in the description below and pinned to the top of the chat. All right, so now we're switching from something with a little bit of edge to straight up polish, guys. This is 3030 McKinney Avenue, and this isn't just a condo. This is gonna be that main character walkability. Living here just changes how you move through the city in your day. Your car really stops being the center of your life. It becomes option. You take one step outside and McKinney Avenue is already alive. The restaurants are gonna be layered block after block. The patios stay full and the energy is consistent. Dinner might be at 60 Vines with the wine on tap, you get the low lighting and that we're staying longer than we planned type of vibe. Or you can head over to STK okay when you want things to be just a little bit louder. Or what about NTREIS Prime for a classic steak night that feels like a scene in a movie? And here's the thing about it all. You're not budgeting time for parking like it's your second job. You're gonna be walking everywhere, and that's really gonna be the lifestyle shift. And your mornings are gonna look way different over here too, guys. You wake up, you grab coffee at the Henry, then you head straight to the Katy Trail for that morning walk. And if you haven't experienced the Katy Trail at 7:30 a.m., guys, you don't fully understand Uptown Dallas at all. We're talking about runners, dog walkers, strollers, fitness crowd, people who actually use their neighborhood. It's not a park that you drive to, it's basically your backyard. And then on the weekends, you loop over to West Village, right? That's gonna be that boutique shopping piece. You can grab a quick bite to eat and maybe stop at Lena's Wine Bar for later on that night. And if you don't feel like walking back, then the M-Line trolley is free and it runs all through this neighborhood. You'll definitely notice when you see this little red Charlie that isn't just cute, it's actually functional because it connects uptown to downtown without you ever having to get behind the wheel. And then there's gonna be Clyde Warren Park that's gonna be just minutes away, right? We're talking about food trucks, events, yoga on the line. It feels like a town square dropped in the middle of the skyline. But now let's talk about this condo itself. This is gonna be that lock and leave type of living. You got the secure entry, the covered parking, the fitness center, pool deck. You're not maintaining anything outside your front door. You're gonna be trading a backyard for a neighborhood that kind of acts like. But here's gonna be the honest part that you really need to pay attention to. You're choosing density on purpose, right? You're gonna hear some of this city noise, right? You'll see people constantly and your world is gonna stay active. And if you crave quiet land and total separation, this will exhaust you really quickly. But if you value your time, your convenience, and the energy, this is gonna be hard to beat. West Dallas, that was slightly unfiltered. Uptown, this is curated. You're not buying space here, guys. You're buying the access. But now I want to go in a completely opposite direction, right? Because the next home doesn't just sit in the middle of all the energy. It sits in space. And that changes everything for your lifestyle.
Marquez Branson, what's going on, young man? Realtor now, top realtor at your brokerage away. I mean, you doing it. You doing it. Everything we learned in the game applies to everyday business. Just like we walked in the locker room. You walk in the meeting room, write down everything, learn it, master it, learn it again, master it, and become the best realtor ever. You set the bar, we set the bar. You play the game the same way. God bless you, Marquez.
All right, now we're going somewhere completely different. Not just farther out, but different. This is on nearly an acre, modern architecture with the long curved driveway. And yes, you're literally next to Shaquille O'Neal. And look, you know it's him by the Superman emblem that leads to the driveway. Look, that's not a flex line, guys. That's a signal. This is gonna be that tier of neighborhood where privacy, space, and high profile neighbors, it just all makes sense. The moment you turn into Heath out here, guys, something just shifts. It feels like Dallas backed away and let you breathe near the water a little bit. I mean, Lake Ray Hubbard sits right there, guys. You got the marinas, the boat slips, all the sunset drives along the shoreline. Your weekends look totally different out here, guys. Dinner isn't just let's grab something quick, guys. There's gonna be waterfront tables at the Orr House. It's gonna be date night at Zantana with craft cocktails and a packed patio. We're talking about having brunch at Standard Service in Rockwall before you have a slow loop around the harbor yourself, guys. You're not fighting for parking over here. You're not circling blocks. You pull in, you sit down, and you stay a while. Guys, if you've never watched the sun drop over Lake Ray Hubbard while boats ease back into the marina, that alone tells you this lifestyle isn't trying to compete with that uptown energy. It's just built around the calmness. Listen, mornings here are just different, right? You're not waking up to the traffic noise or the foot traffic. You're gonna be stepping outside with real space between you and your neighbors, right? You're gonna be the type of person who's having coffee on the patio. You get the quiet, big, large streets, the bigger lots, the bigger sky. I mean, that's the rhythm out here. And this type of home supports that type of rhythm. Open modern design, wide living spaces, oversized windows, room to host without rearranging furniture, right? And then you're gonna have all the parking that you need for guests without the stress. And look, don't get me started on the backyard gatherings that feel expensive instead of squeezed in. This is not the let's pop out for drinks type of living. This is everyone come to us type of living. And this is who this is going to be perfect for, right? The business owner who wants separation between work and home. The family that wants room to grow. The person who sees space as freedom and not inconvenience. And then on the flip side, this is who's gonna hate this, guys. If you thrive on density, if you need constant stimulation, if walking downstairs in the nightlife defines your personality, this will feel very, very slow. Because this is peace on purpose, guys. You're trading in the spontaneity for the breathing room. You're trading all the proximity for the privacy. And for the right buyer, guys, that's not a compromise. That's an upgrade, right? West Dallas was the early energy. Uptown was curated access. And Heath is lake-adjacent legacy living, guys. You're not buying buzz here, right? You're building a base. And when you line these three up side by side, guys, it becomes very, very obvious. This isn't about square footage anymore. It's about the pace of your life. All right, so let's make this painfully simple, guys. You're not choosing between three different houses. You're choosing between three different versions of yourself. If you want rooftop skyline views on a random Thursday in downtown 5 minutes away, you're looking at West Dallas. This is gonna be the place where you like the proximity without the high-rise rules. You don't mind a little bit of edge, and you actually prefer being early to something. But if you wanna walk to dinner, hit the Katy Trail before work, and live where your social calendar builds itself, that's gonna be Uptown, right? You're gonna value your time, you value convenience, and you don't want your car running your life. Now on the flip side, if you want the space, the lake sunsets, enough driveway that hosting feels effortless, then that's gonna be Heath, Texas. You care more about the privacy than the proximity, and that's what you're really looking for. You want your home to be the destination and not the launch point. And that's the crazy thing about it all, guys. Same metroplex, completely different default settings. And here's gonna be the thesis of this entire video, right? You're not picking a house, you're picking a tempo, because the wrong tempo will really wear you out no matter how pretty the kitchen is. If you thrive on energy and stimulation, Heath will feel way too quiet for you guys. If you crave peace and space, Uptown is gonna feel like just a little too much. And if you want growth and proximity, then West Dallas will feel like the opportunity you've always been looking for. But if you're looking for the predictability and a little bit of polish, then that's gonna feel a little unfinished. I mean, none of these are really wrong, but one of them is actually right for you. And when you get that right, everything else just tends to fall into place. And listen, if you're watching this and you're seriously thinking about making a move down to the Dallas area, guys, I want to be the person that helps you make that decision on where you're going to be staying. Our team is standing by, ready to help you narrow down the areas that's going to be best for you and your family. We get it. If you're not ready to have that conversation, guys, we create a whole playlist with neighborhood tours, community tours, property tours, and all the insights that you're going to need to make the best decision. And you can binge watch all of that sauce, and you can check those out right there.